I want to clear something up. We are actually outside. As most of you know, we had to recently relocate to Memphis so that my son could be treated at St. Jude Children's Hospital. And we are in between studios, literally. So we're shooting outside. This is not a green screen. I had somebody call me and say, "I love that background you've got." And then another person called me and said, "You know, I thought that was a screen behind you, and then I saw the branch move. You're really outside." Yes, we really are outside. So, and we really have a dog. We really have, we're in a work zone. So if you hear strange noises, or if a dog walks up to me, this neighbor dog, this is real life here. All right, let's talk about a whole bunch of things. The Yazidi, the people who are being murdered by ISIS. President Obama is using the Christians who are being butchered and murdered in Iraq, as well as the Yazidi people who are now, some of them are getting to safety in some camps because of some of the bombings that we've done to back off the Islamic murderers. President Obama is using these people as leverage to the Iraqi government. Now, by now you know that there is an ongoing power struggle, and they're getting the former prime minister out. They're getting a new prime minister in, who is a Shiite and who has been backed by the Iranian government. So the Iranians are playing more and more of a role in the internal politics of Iraq. But the fact that Obama has allowed these people to be murdered, and Christians, children to be beheaded, unthinkable crimes, rape against women, the Yazidi literally at points dying of thirst, and children reportedly drinking, parents making themselves bleed so that the children could have some moisture from their parents' blood. This is disgusting. So here's the point that I want to make. We were tapping the German Chancellor's phone. Do you understand? Our government was tapping a secured cell phone, the leader of a foreign government, okay? The leader of one of our allies. We knew what she was saying. We knew where she was at all times, okay? They know where Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, the self-proclaimed new caliph, the leader of ISIS, is. They know where he is, okay? Why is this man not dead? Why have they not killed him and his cadre of leaders? One theory that I have is that Obama, while he did have a press conference talking about the Yazidi, he barely mentioned the Christians that were being murdered and tortured and raped, and children being beheaded. Barely mentioned them. Why is that? I mean, why? My gut is that because the Yazidi are not Christians, and they're this religious, secular, they're this religious minority, kind of their own little people group. They don't marry outside. They don't, there's not many of them, a few 100,000, depending on what number you read online. It seemed like he could be kind of a detached hero. We're going to send some food. We're going to drop a few bombs to try and chase back the terrorists. He could have killed them all. I mean, we have the resources to kill these terrorists. And these are terrorists who are murdering Christians. Why doesn't he defend the Christians? I think that he doesn't want to be perceived by the Muslim world as protecting Christians. I think he doesn't want to be perceived as creating a new crusade, or as fomenting Christian versus Islam, Islam versus Christian violence. And I think he's trying to use these victims in Iraq to strong-arm the Iraqi government into having a domestic and foreign policy that's more in line with what America wants. So he is using the suffering of these people, but by not helping them, all right, he's using their suffering to further his own agenda. And it's vile. One of the rules of just war is what we're going to talk about when we come back, okay? Do we have a moral obligation to defend the Christians in Mosul? Do we have a moral obligation to kill Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi? We'll talk about it when I come back.